Hi, this is Michael Anthony Peroutka, Anne Arundel County Councilman for District 5, and I'm here to analyze Bill number 1315. Now, the public hearing and the vote on this bill took place on April 20th, 2015, and this is an ordinance for the purpose of establishing a retiree health benefits trust for the benefit of Anne Arundel County employees. So let's go to our 10 questions. Question 1 is designed to determine if the bill is consistent with the U.S. Constitution. Well, the answer is yes. The authorization and the power to act regarding internal public works of the state or the county is a power that is preserved by the 10th Amendment. Question 2 asks if the bill conforms to the Maryland Constitution. The answer, I believe, again, is yes. The Maryland Constitution, in the Declaration of Rights, Article 3, reserves the powers not delegated to the federal or the state government to the people. Question 3 asks whether the bill conforms to the county charter. Again, I believe the answer is yes. Section 718I of the county charter provides for the establishment of a fund designated for retiree health benefits, and Section 815 authorizes the county council to execute that fund. Question 4 asks whether the proposed legislation is in accordance with biblical standards for law and government. Again, I believe the answer is yes, but with a caveat. To the extent that this bill provides a more secure method of fulfilling health care funding promises made by the county to its former and to-be-former employees, this bill is based on a biblical principle of stewardship. However, there exists the larger question of the propriety of employer-purchased health care and its propensity to pervert the proper functioning of the insurance marketplace. Question 5 asks if the legislation negatively impacts citizens' rights. Well, again, the whole scheme is problematic in that healthcare generally has no really true nexus to the employment and therefore should be separated from employment contracts. For example, employers do not provide or supplement the cost for automobile insurance or homeowners insurance or general liability insurance as part of the employment contract. And I believe there's no compelling reason that healthcare insurance is a benefit promised by and paid for as a part of government service. Question 6 asks if the timeframes were sufficient for legislative review and consideration. Well, the public hearing for this legislation was on March 16, 2015. Now, there were some reservations from the county auditor regarding the trust agreement, which required some additional coordination with the several parties to the trust. Question 7 goes on to ask whether the terms used in the legislation are clearly defined. Well, the original submission of the trust agreement was not in accordance with the county charter, and the level of county oversight was not actually sufficient. So several amendments were proposed and subsequently passed which addressed the deficiencies in the language and the terms of the trust. Question 8 concerns personnel appointments and does not actually apply here. Question 9 asks whether funds are being generated by the legislation, and again, that is not applicable here. The answer is no. Question 10 asks whether the legislation calls for spending, and if so, whether that spending satisfies a cost-benefit analysis. So this bill is related to funds, but does not really collect or expend funds. The trust agreement serves as a means to preserve and protect the funds for the purpose for which they were collected. The trust agreement, which is part of the legislation, will create a governing body and a mechanism to not only safeguard but to invest funds collected from former and soon-to-be former employees for their health insurance. There were several amendments which were expertly recommended by the county auditor, Teresa Sutherland, to ensure compliance with the county charter, to ensure maximum county council oversight, and the application of generally accepted accounting principles. This bill actually supersedes former Bill 5914. Now, this trust also includes the Anne Arundel County Community College and the library. The amendments to the original trust agreement included provisions which will ensure that the county's general fund is not used to reimburse any costs from the other members of the trust. The Anne Arundel County Board of Education is also eligible to join the trust. Now, I voted for this bill with amendments to fulfill the County Council's responsibility to address new provisions in the county charter. And the bill, as amended, passed unanimously. I hope this review of my analysis of Bill 1315 has been very helpful to you. This is Michael Anthony Peroutka, Anne Arundel County Councilman for District 5, and I thank you.